Thank you, Mr Speaker. In my professional life as a medical researcher and paediatrician, I have witnessed firsthand the dramatic increase in food allergies. My research team found that Australia has one of the world's highest instances of food allergy, with 1 in 10 infants and 1 in 20 children. Living with food allergies has been likened to living on a tightrope. Living life in a perpetual state of hypervigilance that in the next meal may result in a serious and life-threatening result like anaphylaxis. A new form of treatment, oral immunotherapy, is offering real hope for a cure to those with food allergy. Oral immunotherapy involves planned and managed incremental exposure to the allergen under controlled clinical conditions. The treatment takes many months, but in many cases it enables the child with food allergy to live and eat more safely and help families get off the allergy tightrope. There are 2 types of oral immunotherapy, one that involves pharmaceutical products and one that simply involves careful clinical supervision of introducing the food itself. This later type, food immunotherapy, is being trialled overseas but is not yet available in Australia. In order to access food immunotherapy, hundreds of Australian families have been travelling overseas just to receive the treatment and the potential for a cure. These families relocate overseas for many months to undertake their painstakingly slow and clinically supervised increase in exposure to allergenic foods so that their son or daughter can become desensitised to that food. The travel, the overseas treatment and the relocation is all paid for by the families themselves. These families are so desperate to make their child's life safer, they are willing to pay literally hundreds of dollars, if not tens of thousands of dollars, from their own pockets. Trials of food immunotherapy require government support in Australia because they involve giving a food, not a drug, and therefore pharmaceutical companies cannot profit from the development of this type of immunotherapy. I acknowledge the work of Melissa Mooney and other patients and parents who have children suffering from severe allergies, and note they have already taken proactive measures in putting a petition before the Petition Committee encouraging the government to invest in food immunotherapy trials. By conducting head-to-head clinical trials of dosing protocols already used overseas, we can provide the opportunity of a readily available treatment right here in Australia. Investment in trials of food immunotherapy in Australia is a practical, accessible form that would remove the need for overseas relocation and the expense to patients. Such trials will lessen the burden of food allergy in Australia, and in a cost-effective manner, it will save lives. Thank you, Mr Speaker.